once again. Thank you for making it on time. Being a teacher of English language and social studies, yes, I am delighted to have you today. And this may mark the end of the last of our free lessons that we are going to have, that we are having this season. So use them, and I think by now you have made up your mind. You can see how good the services are, but allow me to switch devices, and then so
recording in progress.
okay, this is not the first time we are meeting. We met before. I want some people to take us through what we discussed earlier. What are we talking about? In the previous lesson, what did we talk about? I am here in the chat waiting for people to put up their hands so that I can see. You put up the hand, I pick you by calling your name, and you speak. I can see Kirsten's hand is up. I want many hands because unless you are joining us for the very first time. Kirsten, what did we talk about in the previous lesson?
We talked about tribes in our district.
That was social studies. Thank you so much. We talked about tribes in our district. What else did we talk about? Anyone else apart from Kirsten? Yes, Trevor.
A clan.
A clan. Trevor, what is a clan?
A clan is a group, is an organized group of people under one forefather.
Under one father? Yes. Okay, that is good. Thank you, Trevor. Yes, Selena.
Types of work done in our district.
Types of work done in our district. Which one stood out for you?
Fishing.
Fishing. What is fishing, Lena?
Fishing is the catching of fish in a river.
Fishing
or water body.
Is the catching of fish in a river or from water bodies. What else do you remember? Lena, what else do you remember about fishing before we leave fishing?
Learned about
Martina, can you turn off your audio? Martina, please turn off your audio. Kirsten, can you say that again? Kirsten, say that again. Rather, Lena, say that again. Your network was scratchy. We couldn't hear you. Okay. Jemima?
We learned about methods of catching fish.
Which one?
We learned about roll.
Say that again.
By using nets.
By using nets. Which one else? Which one else? Which one else? Please. Did we look at only one method of fishing? Certainly no. We looked at other several methods of fishing. Okay, yes, Martina?
Using hooks.
Using hooks as a method of fishing. Yes. Let me see. Yes, Stacy. Yes, Stacy.
Using baskets.
Using baskets, you are still giving us methods of fishing. Certainly, we learned about so many things in the previous lesson. Say that again.
Methods of preserving fish.
Methods of preserving fish. Which one do you remember?
Sun-drying.
Sun drying. Okay, that's good. That's okay. Sun drying was one of those methods that we learned about. Sun drying. What else? Was it the only one? Let me have Nasoro Catherine.
Smoking fish.
Again?
By smoking fish.
Smoking fish. Okay, that's good. Smoking fish is one of the methods used for preserving fish. That's good. Thank you. Let's have Valentine Chris. Yes, Valentine Chris.
Salty.
Valentine Chris.
Salty.
When we give you a chance to speak, you speak loudly, audibly, in a lively way, because
Salty.
by salting, that's good. Yes, Kaiden, what do you want to say before we start what we are going to talk about today? Yes, Kaiden.
Smoking.
By smoking as one of the methods of preserving fish. Okay. By smoking. Thank you so much, those of you who have helped us to remember what we discussed about earlier. I am going to share my screen. And when I share my screen, okay. I believe you can see my screen. So, people whose microphones are off, please help us turn them off. Whose microphones are on, turn them off, because there is no way we can handle that. So today we are going to talk about one important thing: leaders, our leaders in the district, our leaders in the district. Having learned that we have several resources in our district, we need to learn about the leaders who manage these resources in our district. Before we go any further, who is a leader? Who is a leader? Who is a leader? Yes, Catherine.
A leader is a person who leads and guides others.
Is a person who leads and guides others. That is so beautiful. Thank you so much for that definition. A leader is a person who leads and guides others. That is true. So we can define a leader as a person who guides and serves others. Leadership these days is not about giving directives, telling people, I don't want you to do this, I want you to do this. It is about being able to show them what they are supposed to do and to tell them, to guide them and to serve them. Actually, if we are to imitate Jesus's example, a leader must be able to serve. If you want to lead others, you must be able to serve them if you are to be a good leader. Okay. Our district has different groups of leaders. Some are elected by people, while others are chosen, while others are appointed by the government. Our district has different types of leaders. Some are elected by people, while others are voted or are appointed by the government. That is the nature of leadership in our district. Now let's look at types of leaders in our district. How many types of leaders do you know? I am in the chat. If you know any type of leaders in our district, please give us an idea. Tell us what you know as a type of leaders. Let me see. Yes, Kaiden.
Political leaders.
Political leaders. Very good. Let's get back. Who is this? Yes, Nasoro Catherine.
Civil leaders.
Civil leaders. Very good. Civil leaders. That is another type of leaders in our district. Okay. Yes, Kaiden. Was that Kaiden's hand? Was that Kaiden's hand? Yes, please. We are discussing types of leaders in our district. Types of leaders in our district.
I-O-N-H-P-H-I. Nedda.
Let me just stop this and I get to the computer because it is better now. Please, if you have your audio turned on, please turn it off. Turn it off to help us manage the group very well. Okay, let me turn off this because my computer is now better. Stop sharing. Very good. Very good. Don't want to leave here. Sorry, please forgive me. I'm just sorting this so that we can start very fast. Okay. We're discussing types of leaders in our district. As many of you have said, we have cultural leaders, we have political leaders, we have civic leaders, civic leaders. We have religious leaders, cultural leaders, and voluntary leaders. So those are some of the types of leaders that we have in our society. Thank you, Valentine. Thank you, Kaiden, for giving these answers that are already in the chat. Karen, thank you so much. So we get to political leaders. Who are the political leaders? Matov Jonathan, you are drawing on our screen, and we really do not want you to do that. Please find
Teacher.
and you clear it off.
Teacher.
Yes, please.
Teacher. I can't see your screen.
The network, and I believe it is that end. I believe others can see my screen. Bernard, is it true you can see my screen? Okay, so let me stop sharing and I share again, but such things will get us dropping all the time. Let's just give it one try. Can you see it now?
Yes. Yes.
So we are discussing political leaders. Who is a political leader? What are they? Is there anything you know about political leaders? Yes, Selina, can you tell us?
Teacher, we can't see the screen.
Who is saying they can't see the screen? Because the screen is on. It is a network problem at your end. Who is that one? Is that Jonathan?
Teacher, the screen is on with the word political leaders only.
Yes, that's what I have. And when we keep on moving and sharing, we are discussing political leaders. Who are political leaders? So we are saying these include the resident district commissioner. You popularly call him or her the RDC, and the district internal security officer, district internal security officer, and all the members of the local councils. Local councils, we are going to look at these local councils. So those people, those two groups are categorized as political leaders in a district. The first group has the resident district commissioner, and then the district internal security officer, popularly known as the DISO. Then the other group has all the members of the local council. Those groups are known as the political leaders in the district. Now, we are discussing the members of the LC1 or local council 1 and their duties. How many members of the local council 1 do you know? How many members of the local council 1 do you know? Yes, Kaiden? Kaiden? Kaiden, give us the answer because your hand is up.
5.
Maria, your hand is up. We are discussing the members of the local council 1.
Chairperson.
Who are these members? Who are these members? Kaiden is saying chairperson. Yes, Norman?
LC1.
Members of local council 1. The local council 1 is the same as LC1. We are discussing members of the local council 1, which is LC1. Who are these members of LC1?
Oops, but the way am I going?
Okay. Yes, Kaiden? Okay. Some of these members, we have the chairperson. We are going to look at them one by one, and then one and their roles. What are the roles of the chairperson of a village? LC1 chairperson. What are the roles of the chairperson LC1? What are the roles of the chairperson LC1, or what are the duties of the chairperson LC1? That's what we are discussing. What are the duties of the chairperson LC1? Yes, Catherine.
The chairperson chairs meetings in the district.
LC1, is LC1 a district? Thank you for that, but LC1 is not a district. Okay? LC1 is not a district. In the chat, we have a Simo saying to keep order. Okay, we shall see. What do others think about members? Yes, Katana, Stacy.
A chairperson settles quarrels among people in the society.
That is very good. When there is an issue at the village, everyone runs to the chairperson. Thank you, Stacy. Yes, Valentine.
Heads the community.
Say that again.
Heads the community.
To lead the community. That is also true. Chairperson leads the community. Okay, let's see what we have here. One, a chairperson heads the local council. The entire local council is in the hands of the chairperson. Is that clear? The entire local council is in the hands of the chairperson. That is one. Number two, chairs all committees and council meetings. When there is a council meeting, when there is a village meeting, you don't see a person from anywhere coming to chair those meetings. It is the chairperson of the village who comes and chairs these meetings. So when they ask you, one duty of the chairperson to chair all committees and council meetings. Number two, if you want an official document, maybe you are buying land, you are buying a house, you are buying things, you want an official document, you get it from the chairperson, and it must bear his or her signature. So that is one of the duties of the chairperson, to sign official documents. Next is to give recommendations. A chairperson gives recommendation. If you are looking for a job, you will go to the chairperson and he will write for you a letter of recommendation saying, Kirsten is a good girl, therefore give her a job. That is the kind of the work that a chairperson does. Next is to settle disputes. Disputes, like someone said here, if you have issues about land, issues about maybe animals going into someone's garden, such quarrels and disputes are settled by the chairperson, even before they go to any other level. Then lastly, one of his duties is to supervise all other members of the community and also to supervise the members of the council. We shall see. The council does not have only one chairperson, rather one person who is the chairperson. It has other people with different responsibilities. So it is the responsibility of the chairperson to make sure that other members of the council are doing the right thing. Is there anyone with a question about the chairperson? Because we are going to leave that and we get to another person in the council. Is there anyone with a question about the chairperson?
Teacher.
Raise the hand. Yeah. Dear one, you raised the hand. Martina, you raised the hand. Yes, Martina.
Please, can you repeat what you said? How the chairman supervises all the other members?
Okay. I said thank you, Martina, for that question. It is a beautiful one. If you've not understood something, you can ask. We are free to repeat. I said, the committee, the LC1 committee has many other people with responsibilities. We are going to study. The committee has a vice chairperson, a secretary for the youth, secretary for the women, and all these people have got responsibilities. They have work they do, so they out their duties. As a woman secretary for women affairs is doing her work, the chairperson supervises to make sure that all things are running very well. Martina, is that clear?
Yes, it's clear.
Okay. So we get to another council member, that is the vice chairperson. What do you think are the responsibilities of the vice chairperson of? What do you think are the responsibilities of the vice chairperson of a district, of a village? We are discussing. Martina? Yes, Martina?
I didn't know my hand was up.
Okay. Let's have Jemima.
Teacher, I can't see your screen.
No, we are discussing, you don't need to see my screen. We are discussing the responsibilities of a vice chairperson in a village. What do you think are the roles of a vice chairperson in a district, in a village? Yes, Maria.
He leads people in a district.
Vice chairperson in a village, local council one, this is village level. Vice chairperson, what is his or her role? Yes, Norman? Yes, Norman? Please unmute your microphone and you speak, Norman.
I can't see your screen.
No, you don't need to see my screen. We are discussing roles of the vice chairperson of a village.
I can't see the work.
No, you don't need to see the work. Do you know a vice chairperson of a village? Do you know a vice chairperson of a village?
Yes.
What does he or she do in a village?
To represent the chairperson.
Very good. A vice chairperson represents the chairperson. When the chairperson is not there, it is the vice chairperson doing all kinds of work. Thank you for that. Yes, Jemima.
A vice chairperson is responsible for children's affairs.
That is beautiful. Thank you, Jemima. A vice chairperson is responsible for children's affairs. They will one day ask you a question like this. Who is responsible of children's affairs in a local council one committee? So the answer you will give perhaps will be the vice chairperson. As simple as that, the vice chairperson. Lina? Lina has a view.
A vice chairperson chairs meetings.
Are you sure? What about the role of chairing meetings? We said belongs to the chairperson. But we said earlier that if the chairperson is not there, I think it was either, I don't know, Maria, who gave us that answer, that if the chairperson is not there, then the vice chairperson does all the work of the chairperson. Is that clear? So you can say he chairs meetings in the absence of a chairperson. Is that okay? Is that okay?
Yes.
Lina, do you have something else to say? I can see your hand is still up. Lina? Okay. So those are the roles of a vice chairperson. But one role that you should all remember, and it is very, very questionable, or it is very examinable, is the role of being in charge of children's affairs in a village. If you have all issues concerning children's affairs, you run to the village vice chairperson. That's the person you should go to in case you have issues concerning children's affairs. In case there is child abuse, in case there is child labor, all forms of all issues concerning children should be reported to the vice chairperson. And then next we said, he helps the chairperson in his or her absence. When the chairperson is not around, it is the vice chairperson working. Is that clear? Is that clear? Okay.
Meeting is being recorded.
Okay. Whoever has a microphone turned on,
Teacher, we have not understood you. Repeat.
I beg your pardon?
We have not understood.
What
Yes,
haven't you?
I have not understood. For
You
our
tell me
vice
what-
president.
The vice president, the vice chairperson.
Vice chairperson.
Okay, I am going to repeat for you, don't you worry. We said, one, the role of the vice chairperson is surrounded by what the chairperson does. In case the vice chairperson is not around, rather in case the chairperson is not around, all the roles of the chairperson are performed by the vice chairperson. Is that clear, Maria? everything that was supposed to be done by the chairperson is done by the vice in case he is not around. Is that okay? So, vice chairperson, just as we said, assists the chairperson in all his or her duties. Number 2, takes over the chairperson's responsibilities during the absence of the chairperson. He is in charge of the chairperson of the children's affairs. Those are the responsibilities of a vice chairperson. Now let's look at another member of the council, and that is the general secretary. The general secretary. Every village has got a general secretary. His work is to record all the minutes of the council meeting. All the minutes of the council meetings are recorded by the general secretary. Number 2, he also keeps, she or he also keeps the records, the official records and files. In case there is someone who has been given a contract, it is the general secretary to keep the records. Then calls the executive, sorry, that was supposed to be executive, calls the executive for a meeting. In case there is a meeting, the vice chairperson calls the executive for that meeting. Is that clear? Then let's go to the secretary for finance. Maria, did you understand the responsibilities of the vice chairperson?
Yes.
Okay, that is good. Now let's get to the secretary for finance. The secretary of the finance, that person is the treasurer of the council. In case there is something, anything related to monetary things, money, that money is given to the secretary for finance. If there is maybe someone has sold a plot of land and then there is a share for the chairperson, that money is given to the treasurer, secretary for finance. Then we have the secretary for defense. Secretary for defense, that one is responsible of maintaining peace and security in the area. That person, the secretary for defense, is responsible for maintaining peace and security in the area. I don't want you to forget that at one point they will ask you for the responsibility, the duty of any of these people in a council committee. But don't forget, secretary for finance is the treasurer, keeps money. Then secretary for defense maintains peace and security. General secretary, that one records minutes in a meeting, in the council meeting. Then we have secretary for information, education, and mobilization. Some people call that person the secretary for publicity. That one passes on all the information needed by people. In case there is something that the council maybe sat and said, we shall maybe go and clean our environment on Thursday. It is the secretary of information, education, and mobilization who goes around reminding people of what was agreed upon by the council. Some of these people buy megaphones and they go all over the village telling people, please do this, please, on Thursday there is general cleaning, there is this, there is vaccination. So those people are secretaries for information, education, and mobilization. Then we have secretary for the youth. That one mobilizes the youth to take part in development and is supposed to be young. You cannot have a secretary for the youth who is 50 years. It must be between 18 years and 30 years of age. Then we have secretary for women and public health. This one is in charge of women. She is in charge of women affairs. We cannot have a secretary for women who is a man. A secretary for women must be a woman. So that is it. And she also supervises public health of the village. They encourage you to clean the compound, wash the jerry cans, to make sure that you mow the grass near the compound. So those people usually come from the office of the Secretary for Women Affairs at a village committee. Then we have the Secretary for the Disabled. This one mobilizes people with disabilities for development. Make sure that people who are disabled take part in the development of the place. Mercy, would you turn off your video? Thank you for that. Then we have Secretary for Production and Environmental Protection. That one is in charge of mobilizing people to produce enough food for their people and for sale. So that person goes on encouraging people, please produce enough food. You can easily run out of food, like we are in a lockdown, people are not allowed to move out. So they will encourage people to store, to cultivate, to produce enough food that even when you are in a lockdown, you have something you can pick from your gardens. So those are the members of local council 1 committee. So in your free time, you write them down in your books and keep on revising their roles, because at one point they will ask you to write them in exams. But besides exams, even for your own information, they are very important. You need to know, if I need to address issues about sanitation, where do I go? Do I need to go to the chairperson? No, you need to go to the Secretary for Women and Public Health. So in Local Council 5 system, the district is made up of the following. I want to ask those of you whose microphones are on to turn them off. Yes, Jemima, your hand is up. Martina, turn off your microphone.
Teacher, I can't see your screen.
Hey, you only, it is you only, Jemima. Literally, I have another device here and my screen is clear. But I will just stop it and share again. You never know, it will help you. I believe you can see it now. So the district council is made up of the following. It is made up of the chairperson. It is made up of the councillors elected to represent sub-counties or divisions and towns. That is the council. Every person, in our districts, we have those councils. And that council must have chairpersons, it must have councillors who are elected to represent their sub-counties. We have just finished elections and people were coming to you. Vote for me to become the councillor for maybe Kimanya sub-county, representing Kimanya sub-county at maybe Wakiso. So those sub-counties. Then there should be 2 councillors elected to represent the youth in the district. All the youth get 2 councillors, and one of these should be female. And then there are 2 councillors with disabilities. and one of these should be a female. So if you count the number of sub-counties that you have in a district, each sub-county should have a councillor representing it, and perhaps a woman councillor and the chairperson, then 2 councillors representing the youths, and then two other councillors representing people with disabilities. Then we have district chairperson. These are the roles of the district chairperson. The district chairperson is supposed to be the political head of the district, supposed to head all political activities in the district. For anything political in a district, it is supposed to be run by the district chairperson. I would give you time to suggest some few, but our time is fast spent, so we need to go through this. We shall discuss when we meet again. Then the district chairperson has to be directly elected by adults from 18 years and above in a district. You don't just wake up and you say, me, Maria, me, Jemima, I have become the district chairperson of Wakiso district. No, you need to be elected by people. Mercy, turn off your video. Thank you. So next is he or she chairs the meetings of the executive committee by the district. So this person is in charge of the meetings. Is in charge of the meetings. Yes, please.
I can't see your screen.
Hey, Martina, but my screen is on. Jemima, can you see my screen?
Yes.
You see? What about you, Asimo Karen? Can you see my screen?
Yes.
You see? You see, Martina? Don't know what to do for you. But let me stop sharing and I share again. Maybe it will help you. I don't know. Matov Jonathan, please turn off your video. Whenever you turn on your videos, that's why other people cannot see the screen, because one person is turning on their videos. Please turn off your video, Matov Jonathan. Thank you so much. Martina, can you see it now?
Yes, I can see it now.
Okay. So that the district chairperson chairs meetings of the executive committee of the district. Next, he coordinates activities of the local government. When there is construction of the road, building of a hospital in a district, building of a school, all those activities are coordinated by the district chairperson. Then he also monitors the local government functions. So all the responsibility, the services that are supposed to be provided by the local government, by the central government, are monitored by the district chairperson. He also makes sure that government services reach the people. So if you have an issue with service delivery, don't go to the member of parliament. You ought to go to the district chairperson. For service delivery, he is or she is fully responsible to make sure that people have good water supply, good hospitals, health services, good education services, good security. Those are the responsibilities of the district chairperson. So this is how the local council structure is. At the top, we have the local council 5. That is the district. At the top, it is the top local council. Local council 5. We have local council 4, or the county. These ones are very few. They are very common in areas that have municipal councils. Like Nansana is at local council 4 level. It is not at the district level, and it is beyond local council 3. So that level is local council 4 and counties. Then local council 3, these are sub-counties. In towns, they call them divisions. Like you have divisions. In Kampala, we have Nakawa division, Rubaga division, those divisions. Then we have local council 2, called a parish. Then we have local council 1, which is a village. So we ought to know all these. Many of us can know local council 5, local council 3, local council 2, and local council 1, but we ought to know all of them. So that is the system of local council, and that is the hierarchy and how things are done. So let's get to the second last for today, the district resident, the resident district commissioner, that is the RDC. This is a representative of the president in a district. The president is represented by the RDC in a district. All the work of the president in a district is done by the RDC. He's appointed by the president himself. The president appoints RDCs and he says, I want you to go and represent me in Gulu. So that is the work of the RDC. Coordinates the administration of the local government in our district. So he works together with the LC5. He advises the chairperson on matters concerning the relationship between the government and the district. Then he also carries out any other functions assigned to him by the president. Then he chairs the district committee, security committee. So we have another person very important in the district, is called the district internal security officer, the DISO. That one is responsible for maintaining security in a district, also coordinating all meetings concerning security. That one identifies people who are dangerous and reports them to the security personnel. So you will do this activity in your free time. You will name 3 different leaders found in your district. You also name 2 groups of political leaders. You will also write down 4 done by local council in your area. Then you write the structure of the local councils in your area. Then importantly, you are going to write down the names of the chairpersons of the following councils in your area. 1, you write the chairperson of your local council 1, 2, you write the chairperson of your local council 3, 4, you write the chairperson of your local council 5. You write the name of the village and the chairperson, the name of the sub-county and the chairperson, the name of the district and the chairperson. That marks the end of what we are supposed to do today. I don't know if there is anyone with a question that I can answer in a few seconds. Yes, Maria.
Teacher, we
Yes,
have
please.
not tried the work.
I didn't know that my microphone was on.
Teacher.
I beg your pardon?
Teacher, we
Yes,
didn't-
Martina. It is Martina only. Wait. Kaiden, wait.
Teacher.
Yes.
When you say that when you wake up in the morning and you say that